Yeah, beat your addiction, live free. Ralf Friedrichs is who you see. Listen in when you're feeling low. Take back your life, today's show. Beat your addiction, live free. Ralf Friedrichs is who you see. Listen in when you're feeling low. Take back your life, today's show. Stay positive, hope, and keep faith. Stand strong against any odds that you face. Put away the alcohol and the drugs. Fill your time with the things you love. Addiction is tough, but it's worth the work. Treat your body what it's worth. Spread positivity, inspire all. If we stand together, we will never fall. I help others see the other sides to life. A sober life, letting go of the strife. So give me a call, I can help. 1-844-4405-HELP. Homeless shelters, hospitals, jails, wherever you are. I am Ralf Friedrichs and I am here for you. 1-844-405-HELP. Change your future, it starts today. Live life to the fullest, never skip a day. Create hope, spread positivity. Beat your addictions and negativity. Ralf Friedrichs is here for you. Call today so we can help you. 1-844-405-HELP. 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 We are here for you. Call us today.
Hello, my name is Ralf Friedrichs. I am an addiction recovery coach and the host of the Take Your Life Back Today show. As an addiction recovery coach, I want to share something with you, and let me be crystal clear to leave an everlasting impact upon you. Just imagine being buried alive. You're in a coffin, but you know you're not dead. You don't know how to get out of that coffin, so you tried lifting the lid, but the enormous weight upon the lid is so heavy the lid won't budge. You just think today you're going to die. But then you say, what if I bang on the lid? I'll unsettle all that dirt, and maybe, just maybe, somebody on top might notice and start digging their way down to help me. This is what it's like to be buried alive. You know you need help. You know you can't do it on your own, but you don't know where to get help. In reality, there are people standing by your grave, mourning you, but you don't know. You just think today is the day for death. This is absolutely how it feels to be the lowest point of alcohol and drug addiction. At what point do you reach out? You need to reach out and not worry about dying before it's too late. Usually, though, people don't think about death when they're habitually abusing drugs and alcohol. In order to feed an addiction, you have to be great at repressing the fear of death. I often ask you, my audience, did it ever cross your mind that maybe, just maybe, you might overdose and take something away that God gave you, called life? Not just away from yourself, but you're taking something that's so precious to people that love you. Your husband, your wife, your mother, your father, your children, and your grandchildren will truly miss you. And how selfish of you just to abuse drug and alcohol, to take that chance to overdose, and you'll be gone. You'll be out of their life. With this, let me leave one last thought. Don't be the person that I'm reading about on these index cards. The person that didn't reach out for help, that waited and waited and waited until it was too late. Instead, be the person that reaches out and gets the help that you so desperately need today. Get that help. And I promise you, I will help you take your life back before your life is gone. Folks, today's topic is going to be 10 reasons teens abuse drugs and alcohol, but I want to talk to you about something that I always talk about when times are tough in your life and things are just going wrong. How always there's that possibility of a relapse. Well, the possibility of a relapse won't happen in my life, but the other statement that I started with, which is when things can go wrong, how stressed out people can get. Yesterday, after 17 years in our lives, my cat, Pumpkin Mom, suddenly passed away. Now, I know he's gone to a better place. I mean, 17 years, that's a long time for a cat to be alive. But the unknown of not being able to help him, not being able to say goodbye to him. My wife and I, we went out to UPS. No lie, half an hour later we came back and there he was laying in my kitchen. Never closed his eyes, probably because he had a heart attack. But he also had diabetes. Now, 17 years old is a long time, but I don't care how young or how old. When it's part of your family, when it's part of you, it hurts. I truly feel like there's an empty space in my heart. This particular cat, unless I wasn't home, always slept with me. Last night, there was a void in that bed. Excuse me one second. There was a void. There was no Pumpkin Mom. And so, I truly miss him. But I do know, deep down inside, that one day, when God calls me up, hopefully I'll be able to see Pumpkin. It truly is sad. And I'll tell you what, folks. A few years ago, during my drinking rages, if this would have happened, I would have been drinking myself to, to doomsday. But because I have become so strong, and I tell people like you that when times get tough, this is where you have to constantly reach out to your higher power. And I know God is protecting my cat. We have dogs and cats, but this one particular cat went through all the good and the bad since 1999 with my wife and I. And I'm not talking about the good and the bad between us two, but in our lives. Whether it was with children issues, moving issues, health issues, me having an accident, me having a seizure. That cat was there. So with that cat not being here anymore, not only does it leave a void in our lives, but it leaves a sense of, I feel like I'm getting older, because now that the cat's gone, things will domino. Folks, all my relatives when they died were in Germany. Yes, I was heartbroken, but it didn't affect me as much because I hardly ever saw them. This is truly the first heartbreaking death that I mourn. This is a, how should I say, a warm-up to what the future holds, whether it being for, God forbid, my mom, my dad, my wife. This is a hurt that will never ever leave. They say time heals wounds. Folks, this is a void in my life. This is a true part of my family that is gone. Buried right out there where I get to see where I buried him each and every day. This morning I went out there and I kneeled down and I said, Pumpkin, God's watching you. I'm watching you. I promise you, as long as I live here, I will see and watch over you. If I can only have him back for one more day. If God would only allow me to hold him one more time so I can at least say goodbye. I didn't have that chance. And folks, I am telling you, each and every one of you, if there are people in your life that you might have some issues or unsaid words with, things do happen on a drop of a dime, and it's too late then. So take care of each other, love each other, whether it's human or animals, love each other. 10 reasons teens abuse drugs and alcohol. The teen years are often considered the most difficult period of a person's life. After all, how often do you hear anyone at the age of 30 saying, I wish I was 15 again? Probably never. It's a time of life where teens attempt to navigate the precarious bridge between childhood and adulthood, and one of the most challenging decisions for an age group that is ill-prepared to make difficult choices is whether to start using alcohol and drugs. On one hand, adolescence is at a time of self-exploration. One could argue that it's perfectly natural and normal to want to try new things, such as getting high or drunk for the first time. However, others would argue, and wisely so, that adolescents, by virtue of their young age and lack of life experience, aren't prepared for the consequences that often follow trying drugs and alcohol. The following are the 10 of the most common reasons why they use drugs and alcohol. Number one, and it's always going to be number one on my list, is peer pressure. Peer pressure is a powerful force at any stage of life, but it's especially influential during adolescence, at a time when kids are trying to figure out who they are and what they're about and how they fit in life, when insecurities can be fierce, the desire to be accepted and liked makes saying no extremely difficult. Saying no can also have painful consequences, ranging from being laughed at or mildly teased, to being humiliated, rejected, and even bullied. Peer pressure often comes as a devil in the sheep's clothing. The cool kid who says, hey, it's just weed, or it's my dad's prescription, so of course it has to be safe. Or the popular girl who's hosting a party while her parents are out of town, encouraging everyone to drink up and have some fun. After all, who's going to know and who's going to say anything? Number two, to look and feel grown up. Adolescents often want to be treated like adults. I'm not a kid anymore is a frequent mantra, especially when they want privileges that come with the age that they're trying to be. It's no surprise that they're drawn to the things that make them feel like an adult, older, more mature, more sophisticated. Drinking, smoking, and drug use can all boost those feelings instantly. Hey, look at me, they say. I'm all grown up now. With those behaviors comes illusion that one is truly mature and thus can handle anything that they might put in their mouth or up their nose. Sadly, one bad incident can quickly shatter it and remind them of how young and vulnerable they still are. Number 3, modeling parents' behavior. And I always talk about this. The role model is so damn important, folks. It's so important in your house. Teens that grow up with parents who abuse drugs and alcohol often follow suit. After all, that's what they know and that's what they learned from you. Not to mention, if one or both of the parents are actively using, they're often easy, accessible to them as well. Number 4, curiosity. Curiosity not only killed the cat, oh God, I shouldn't have said that, my cat. It also can be very seductive temptress. The desire to try new things and explore the world didn't suddenly shut off when puberty commenced. In fact, it often becomes even stronger. Most teens have a lot more autonomy, and some have way too much than they did as children. They are less closely supervised and often left home for chunks of time while mom and dad are still working to make ends meet. The desire to find out what it feels like to get drunk or high just this once, of course, can be very strong. Not to mention, everybody experience, don't they? Number 5, boredom. It's been said that idle hands are devil's tools, and similarly, that and an idle mind is a devil's playground. In other words, boredom can quickly get anyone, and especially restless teens, in all of sorts of trouble. It's even worse for teens who have bored friends, passing the time with few beers and few hits with friends. Number 6, self-medication. Teens who struggle with a lot of emotional pain are especially vulnerable to alcohol and drug abuse. They use these substances just like many other adults as a way to self-medicate. They know that getting high or getting drunk will at least temporarily numb or ease the pain they might be experiencing, and it is a means of escape for them. For example, a socially awkward and extremely shy teen may use alcohol in a desperate attempt to feel more comfortable and fit in. Number 7, rebellion. Teens like to assert their budding maturity and test the limits with their parents. Those with nagging, overprotective, or strict parents often lash out at the passive-aggressive manner, rather than talking to mom and dad about their frustrations, such as what they perceive as only strict rules, religious hypocrisy, or constant nagging. They may rebel by using alcohol and drugs, especially if they know that doing it will make you, as the parent, mad. Number 8, ignorance. Let's face it, most teens don't know what's good for them and what's not good for them. Not because they're not bright, but because they simply don't have enough information or experience. They simply experiment with alcohol and drugs often seems innocent enough, especially if they see you doing it. In fact, it's often regarded as a sort of adolescent rite of passage. Many teens feel entitled to experiment at this age, as if they expected to do so, therefore they should do so when they want to. What many don't realize is that neither it is innocent nor harmless. For those on the outside looking in, it seems like everyone who is doing it is having fun, and they are the ones who are missing out. What they don't see that haven't yet learned to minimize or rationalize is that all the vomiting after drinking too much, the hangover the next morning, or the sickening "what have I done" morning after feeling when they have just woken up in a strange place or realized the needle they used was dirty is a wake-up call. Number 9, to have fun. Getting drunk or high with friends sounds fun in the moment. What it isn't fun about spending time with friends, sharing an intensely pleasurable drug-induced euphoria or disinhibiting effects of alcohol. The silliness, the slurred words, and the stumbling, bizarre behavior of all those things can be very entertaining and make for great stories the next day or down the road. Of course, it's all just good old teenage fun, until someone is seriously injured, has to face a judge, or winds up on a cold slab in the morgue. Number 10, they become addicted. The worst of them. Teens don't use alcohol and drugs with the intent of becoming addicted. In fact, since part of adolescence is still intact belief that you are invincible. Addiction, what's that? They say only losers who drink excessively for 1 year or more become addicted, don't they? But not me. I'm just experimenting, having fun with my friends, or seeking temporary escape from my crappy life. Oh, to be 15 again and believe that you're becoming an addict is something that could never happen to you, you say. Talk to your teen. If you're the parent of a preteen or adolescent, talk to him or her today about the dangers of alcohol and drug use. Don't lecture, don't condescend, don't be dramatic. Just talk openly and directly. Talk to your child from the place of unconditional love, genuine concern, and understand heartfelt compassion, recognizing that challenges and temptations that are so insidious and prevalent at their age. Understand just how vulnerable and easily influenced teenage are. You were one. Do everything you can today, going forward, to keep tomorrow or next week or next year. Your child will know that he or she can talk to you about anything and confide in you about anything, and by doing so, your teen can avoid the dangerous landmines that lie ahead of them. If your teen is already abusing drugs and alcohol, don't hesitate to seek help immediately. Contact an addiction specialist or your local alcohol and drug treatment facility for guidance in confronting the problem and to determine the best options for treatment. Make that call today, because tomorrow, my friend, tomorrow might be too late. Remember what I read about in the beginning. Folks, yesterday, 2 o'clock, 24 hours ago, my cat, Pumpkin Mom, was still walking around here. 4:30, I was just wrapping up some packages to send out. He was still walking around. My wife and I go to UPS. Not more than 35 minutes later, my life changed. Our lives changed. God Almighty took Pumpkin Mom away from us. For whatever reason, He is wiser and He is stronger. Whatever reason God did, He took him away. And just like that, things changed. This is what I'm talking about to you folks. Just like that, things change. If you're abusing drugs and alcohol, get help. Get help now. Call me at 844-405-HELP, and I promise you I will help you take your life back. I am here to help. I went today to the town clerk here locally because I had to turn in one handicap window hanger for a Southampton one. My other one not only was from a different location, but also ready to expire. And I told this person how things just change in a person's life. And I promise you, it will happen to you. And I told this person, the town clerk, how all the mistakes in my life and all the different things that have happened, whether it was in the Marines or Alaska, all these things have created this need that I have within me to help people like you, this need to share. And I told this person, this town clerk, the only reason, besides I do it to help you, is because it helps me. People always say to me, why would you do all this for nothing? It's because it's not for nothing. I am helping 2 people each time I do these videos, you and me. May God bless my poor cat, Pumpkin Mom, in heaven. May God protect Pumpkin Mom. May God leave Pumpkin Mom at the Golden Gates waiting for my arrival one day. And may God bless each and every one of you. And remember, and I promise you, I'm saying this over and over and over again, things change in a heartbeat. Don't let it happen to you. Do not be the person that hesitates on getting help when you need the help. When you have addiction issues, when you have depression issues, low self-esteem, when you're being bullied, get help now. I'm here, 844-405-HELP. And may God bless each and every one of you. May He protect all of you. Take care.
Yeah, change your future, it starts today. Live life to the fullest, never skip a day. Create hope, spread positivity. Beat your addictions and negativity. Ralf Friedrichs is here for you. Call today so we can help you. 1-844-405-HELP. 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 We are here for you. Call us today. The show is over, but your life starts today. Taking back your life's the only way. Keep faith, stay positive, push through. Take back your life, it starts with you. Alcohol and drugs can't control your life. Let go of the negative and the strife. Ralf Friedrichs is the man guiding your way. The show is over, but your life starts today. Call Ralf Friedrichs at 1-844-405-HELP. That's 1-844-405-HELP. We hope you love the show today and tune in next time. Take back your life today show with Ralf Friedrichs.